The first time she called my name, I didn't realize I was already playing. I was drifting off to sleep when the sound of my own name from the hallway snapped my eyes open. The voice sounded almost sweet, the way a mother might call for her child late at night, and something about how gentle it was made my stomach tighten as the faint glow of my alarm clock seemed to pulse with the sound. I live alone, so I didn't move. I just lay there under the covers, listening. A few seconds later, I heard 3 quiet, almost deliberate taps. Not on my door, just outside it. Slow and evenly spaced, like they belonged to the voice, like they were part of the same thought. My heart pounded as I waited for something else to happen, but nothing did. The hallway stayed quiet for the rest of the night. The following evening, the pattern continued. I lay in wait, already watching the dark outline of my bedroom door, when my name came from the hallway in the same calm, gentle tone. The distance hadn't changed, neither had the patience in her voice. A moment later, the 3 taps returned, exactly the same as before, like she was checking to see if I remembered. And that's when it started to feel like a game. And that's when I made my first mistake. After she said my name and finished tapping, I raised my hand and tapped 3 times against the headboard, copying the rhythm as carefully as I could. The sound felt wrong the moment it left my fingers, and the silence afterward stretched long enough to make my chest feel tight. Then the voice came back, still soft and still calm. "Wrong," she said gently. "Let's try again tomorrow." The taps followed, slower this time, heavier, like she was demonstrating instead of asking. And lying there frozen in my bed, I realized the woman didn't want an answer. The next night, I tried again. When she said my name, I waited a moment longer than before, then tapped back, carefully, deliberately, trying to match her pace. I stopped when I felt unsure, listening to my own breathing in the dark. There was a pause. "You're still doing it wrong," she said, and the softness in her voice didn't quite reach the words anymore. After that, the rules became clear without her having to explain them. She wanted a response, but only the right one. When I stayed silent, she waited. When I tried and failed, she corrected me, and every night I got it wrong. Her voice grew sharper, the patience thinning like something underneath was getting tired of pretending. By the 4th night, the tap sounded closer to my door. No, that's not right. By the 5th, the voice no longer bothered to sound kind at all.
"You're still not doing it correctly."
And last night, I didn't play. I stayed completely still, barely breathing, staring into the dark while she said my name anyway. The taps came after, but this time they weren't careful and they weren't spaced out. They were loud. 3 heavy knocks slammed against my door, close enough that the frame rattled. I flinched before I could stop myself, the sound echoing through my chest. And there was a pause. Then I heard something slide slowly down the wood, like fingernails dragging across the surface, stopping just below the handle. She spoke again, her voice flat now, stripped of patience. She said, "You're not listening," as the door began to creak open.